Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday evening. This is the Ladies Lounge on Judson's Radio DC, and you have Jazz
and T.
And we wanted to come to you today, guys, to talk about a topic which I found interesting because I guess I knew there was a difference, but I really didn't consider how much a difference it was, and I didn't know if it even made. I don't know. I guess it's because you hear it so much, and it seems like it can be used interchangeably. But we want to talk about the difference between beautiful and sexy.
Mm-hmm.
So, T, what do you think the difference is between the two?
All right. Beautiful versus sexy. I believe that a female can, not just a female, but I'm stay focusing on a female because the topic is beautiful versus sexy.
Right.
But it's more of how do men categorize a beautiful woman versus a sexy woman. So the difference for me is that I believe a female, a woman can be beautiful and sexy at the same time.
Right.
But when I think of beautiful, it's going more into just her appearance. You know,
beautiful is more apparent, like
appearing beautiful? No. When I think about beautiful, is not just talking about her appearance.
Oh, okay.
You know, beautiful, you can be a beautiful person on the outside as well as the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sexy is more of your appearance, your physical, what you can see. And I may be wrong. I mean, it makes sense, but so as far as me speaking from a woman point of view, that's how I see it. But how do you men see it? How you determine a beautiful woman versus a sexy woman?
Yes, that's a good question, fellas. Make sure you tune in, like, comment, and share, and let's talk about this topic because I think maybe if more women understood the difference between the two, I think maybe, they wouldn't feel so, I guess, objectified. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because you have the women that, got the breast and the booties out on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media, and they don't mind being looked at as sexy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then you have the ones that start off like that and it's like, oh my gosh, men only want me because of what they see. They don't understand that I am smart, that I do have a brain.
Right.
They just see me as an object. So now they want to be looked at, or viewed a little more deeply. So I think I would love to hear my fellas tune in on this because I would love their opinion. So when you have beautiful versus sexy, not saying it's a versus because like you said, you can have both, but what do you think is more important?
Oh, what I think is more important? To have both because again, beautiful, how I look at it, beautiful is not your appearance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be a beautiful person just as your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a caring, a loving person. That makes beauty. Right. That makes you beautiful. If you like they say, everybody has some type of beautiness in them. And that's, again, we're not talking about appearance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think one can be important than the other because I think you should always just be a beautiful person, period. So, yeah, I guess beautiful would override sexy.
Yeah, because, a lot of times, like, when you look at, and it can't just be me, so come on, Facebook, let's keep it real for a second. Sometimes when you look at people that you know and you see their significant other or the person that they're with, or even people you don't know,
right.
You look and you're like, well, I never expected that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not to say the person is ugly, but just maybe it's just so opposite, or maybe it's just so not who they perceive themselves to be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you feel it's not within their standards. So you look and you're like, wow. But, what you see on the outside is sexy.
Right.
Is not what the person that is with that person see. Maybe they see both. Maybe they see sexy and beauty.
Yes.
And we only know the outward appearance.
Right. And that's where the sexy come from. So give us your input. Beautiful versus sexy. You can be both. You can be sexy but not be a beautiful person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just, that it's just the outside appearance. You see, oh, she's sexy. She has a sex appeal. She's, you're looking at pretty. You know what I'm saying? But in the inside you the ugliest person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you taking away the appearance.
Right.
So today we in JT Ladies Lounge and we're talking about beautiful versus sexy. So give us your thoughts. You know, men and women, give us your thoughts, but especially the men out there. You know, when you see a beautiful, what determines a beautiful woman, and what determines a sexy woman.
And is it possible for the two to coexist peacefully? You know, make sure you like, comment, and share this video, because it is something that I believe that if we talked about it more, it would be understood better, and maybe, just maybe, we can turn around some things. You know what I'm saying? For the way that women are viewed, for the way that women view themselves. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Not necessarily saying that everybody's outside opinion matters, but how you look at yourself. You know, it's okay to be beautiful and sexy. Like, okay, we know you fascinated with your booty, but it's okay to put on pants every now and then and just, you know,
Right.
do something else with life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not to knock the booty showers or whatever, you know, you feel like doing with your body because it's yours. But every now and then it's okay to be something other than objectified. It's okay to be something other than sexy. But that also depends on if you have more to offer.
Right, exactly. You know? So let's ask some of these questions. We're going to ask the audience some questions. And these are just questions that you can also, you know, comment on.
We would love to see your comments, guys. Make sure you share it with us. Come on, it's Sunday. We have to interact, guys.
Right. It's Sexy Sunday.
Sexy Sunday, to be exact.
Okay, what makes a person beautiful to you? You asked me, so I'm asking you. But you kind of already answered that, so that's crazy. How have standards of beauty changed over the years?
Oh, my goodness. Standards of beauty have changed a lot. Going back years and years and years and years ago, where women used to be completely dressed, you know, with the long dresses, with the long sleeves and the high collars. And, you know, didn't they used to wear something like bonnets on their head?
Yeah,
back long time ago. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they were extremely covered, but somehow somebody found that sexy, we wouldn't be here today.
Right.
And then, like, you know, it went from wearing a lot of clothes and still having your inner beauty show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess people could see your inner beauty through all the clothes that you wore. You know, it wasn't all about the visualization of being sexy first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and now it's like I have to catch your eye with my sexy before you can see my beautiful, for a lot of people. Not just, you know, not all women, not all men, but a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, let me be visually attractive to you, because I need to pull you in so you can find out my inner beauty or the lack thereof. So I think it's changed tremendously, but I'm trying to figure out what's the harm, and not bringing it back to the bonnets and the long sleeves with the little frilly things on it. Not bringing it all the way back there, but kind of, you know,
like bring beauty back within yourself.
Yeah, to bring beauty back within yourself, for you to know that you don't have to go to those naked extremes.
Right.
To feel sexy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and to feel beautiful. You are right. You are 100% right. So yeah, you're right. So how you think sexy have changed over the years? And I guess when, you know, a man or even just a female say, you know, she's sexy, or, you know, he's sexy, it has changed, because now when you think of sexy, it's about having the bigger boobs, the butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you enhancing your body. You can enhance your body. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with enhancing your body or changing stuff about your body. It's definitely nothing about that. But that's how I think today's society, like right now,
yeah,
if you don't have a, you know, big breast or a big butt, definitely we know this butt thing is just so
out of control.
Off the hook.
Booty situation is out of control.
But if you don't have that, you know, you're not. It's looked at like
you're not sexy.
If you don't have that hourglass shape, you know what I'm saying? You're not sexy. So, and that's and honestly, to feel that way, it's not even like if a man have to tell you that. It's just we as women feel insecure about ourselves. That what we saying, oh, I don't like this about me, I don't like about that. The next person can be like, I wish I had that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wish I had that. So
I wish I had it, so I'm gonna go buy it.
Right. So beauty and sexy definitely has changed over the years. So, you know, again, going back into the topic, beautiful versus sexy. Men, how do you categorize a beautiful woman versus a sexy woman? Like when you see a sexy woman, what is your first thoughts? Like when you see a beautiful woman, what is your first thought? Because we got some info that we're gonna read that they said that when a man look at a woman, his first thought is sexy with a man, and when he looks at a beautiful woman, his first thoughts.
Right, and that's interesting because I was thinking like I wonder. I want to know, man, do you, when you see a woman, you know what I'm saying, and regardless of how she's dressed, you know, it could be a thong bikini or it could be, you know, she's dressed like a nun. Regardless, like, do you, how do I put this? Do you see, like, when you say they're sexy, now they both can be sexy, you know what I'm saying, because they both can have beautiful faces. But do you see sexy and say, "Ooh, she's sexy," or and she's beautiful? Like, which one do you classify as either, or do you see them as both?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I do something with that long dress. I get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
which you can be both.
Yes.
Like your first attraction, your first thought.
It's usually physical, I believe.
Right. Okay. What characteristics, features makes a person naturally beautiful? As far as what makes somebody naturally beautiful, the characteristics or features, it can be your smile.
That's funny because at first I was thinking eyes, you know, not no specific color, but then I was like, well, I guess I don't like men with cross eyes.
Right.
But then also too, I was thinking teeth. Teeth are very important to me.
So that makes a person beautiful, like the characteristic.
Yeah, that's a beautiful characteristic, you know, because a gorgeous smile. Maybe that's what sexy is, because the gorgeous smile is gonna attract me.
Right.
And then after I talk to you and figure out you're not beautiful on the inside, you just got a pretty smile.
Right.
I can always just compliment your smile and keep it moving. Like, oh, you do have a nice smile, but you're not really all up there. Ain't really where I need it to be.
Right.
So yeah. Well, a characteristic, I guess, is your humility. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be a little bit cocky. No, confident.
Right.
It's okay to be confident, but when you're cocky, when you're arrogant, asshole-ish, it's not really a good characteristic for me. You know, some women like that. You know, a man that just walk around, you know, doing this, doing that, flexing, all this, all that for the gram. But I think that your confidence and your humility is a beautiful characteristic.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right.
What do you think? What do you think is good characteristics?
Like you said, confidence. I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to say.
Because I was thinking about features at first.
Well, it say features and characteristics. It say both. Yeah,
okay.
it say both. Your attitude. Yeah. Definitely your attitude. Your attitude can make you a beautiful person. You know, again, beautiful is not just about your appearance. You know, it's just not your physical. It's who you are as a person. So your attitude, because you can be a beautiful person on the outside. Just say somebody, oh, she's beautiful, or, you know, vice versa, he's beautiful, or she's cute, she's pretty, but have the ugliest attitude. And that could just turn the whole person just like, oh, she's, you know, just, yeah. So I believe naturally your attitude makes you beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Which is a part, I guess, your, and as far as your features,
teeth. Teeth are important.
Yeah.
Teeth are very important.
So how you think the absence of beauty affect people?
Makes them shallow. Makes them make other people only want to focus on their sexy features versus their beautiful person that's not on the inside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think the lack of beauty is kind of what we're going through now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people focused on trying to be sexy versus trying to, you know, highlight their inner beauty. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we got TV shows about people that's beauty going wrong. We got botched. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about all these people that went through this plastic surgery for whatever reason. You know, they wasn't happy with their features, or they wanted to change or enhance their features, and the surgery went wrong. And we might not even think it's wrong. We may not see anything wrong with whatever the surgery may be. You know what I'm saying? But they do. So they're on this conquest to find beauty through sexy.
Right.
And it's going wrong. And it's gone wrong numerous times. And they, this is like their 12th surgery trying to fix something. Like the guy, it was an article about a guy I had read. I don't remember if he's the human Ken doll or not. But like he's had so many nose surgeries. Like his nose is dead. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's collapsing to the point it's so small they can't even get a pin up it. Like he can't really even breathe out of it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's in the search of perfection, perfect beauty for him. But guess what? He's been searching so long. Now he done killed the poor little nose.
Right,
Nose ain't gonna make it.
And that's why, like going back, I guess he was trying to look for, like you said, the beauty out of it, but your nose don't make you beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like you know,
it's a feature though.
No, I'm not saying that your nose don't define you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your nose don't define. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff about us that we don't like. Oh, I don't like this about me. I don't like, my forehead too big. This and this and this. Now my lips too big. My lips too small. And we all have it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you insecure. That doesn't necessarily. If you don't like something about you, doesn't mean that you're insecure. But like I said, when you're looking at a beautiful person, it's beyond what they look like.
For beauty, I agree.
It's definitely beyond. Now, when you do sexy, somebody might say, I want a nose job because I don't feel sexy. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that you have to realize within yourself. Like you don't feel sexy outside of, somebody telling you you're not sexy, or I don't know. It's just something you have to come up with, because I know I was really, really self-conscious about my big forehead when I was younger. And of course, I don't know. My granny didn't make it no better, y'all, because she cut me these little baby bangs. So my forehead, I got all this forehead. My bangs was this big, right? But then she put a roller in it. So I had this much forehead, this much bang, and it was rolled. So I had like a little bang on top of my big forehead. So for so many years, like when I grew up, I was covering up. Like I did the super long bangs. Right. I did the swoops and all that. But as I got older, number one, I realized there's no such thing as a forehead reduction.
Right.
And it does. And it doesn't define me, but it is a characteristic or a feature that I do have that comes with me.
Right.
So only thing I can do is make it beautiful.
Right, exactly. So thank you for joining us in the JT Ladies Lounge with Jazz and T. Today we're talking about beautiful versus sexy.
Thank you all for joining us. I see we have Elaine on here, Randy, Marshall. Thanks for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. And we're talking about beautiful versus sexy. So I see we have a couple fellas on here. So fellas, let us know what you think. Like, comment, and share this video. What do you guys think the difference is in beautiful versus sexy? What do you think is more attractive, beautiful or sexy? I mean, it can be both. What do you think when you see a woman and you say she's sexy versus when you see a woman and you say that she's beautiful? We want your opinions in your comments, what you think beauty versus sexy is. So, so what you got next?
Here, do this one. So again, like I said, we looked into some things, wanting to know what were men saying out there as far as sexy versus beautiful. Can you be both? Can you lack in sexy but be beautiful? You know what I'm saying? And we all, you can be both. You definitely, ain't nothing wrong with being sexy and ain't nothing wrong with being beautiful. Be both. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of people can't be both.
No. I know, but that's why we just want opinions and your thoughts. It's no judging at all. It's just like, what are your thoughts? What's your thoughts when you see a sexy female or a beautiful female? Like, what does that mean? You're sexy. You're beautiful. We may say how we feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But beautiful versus sexy. In today's society, that's all you see, or somebody is seeking to have that beauty or that sexiness about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So we found an article, and it was talking about the difference between beautiful versus sexy. And I want to read some a thing that we highlighted. So we're going to talk about sexy. Often men see a sexy woman, and their first thought is they want to have sex with her. This might be their first and only thought, almost an obsession. His entire interest is based on how quickly he can smash. if his thinking never evolves, wait a minute, if his thinking never evolves when he finally does, then his so-called interest will dissipate quickly.
So
Is that the punishment for being sexy? You was interested in me because you found me sexy, but now you done got what you came for. I wonder if that matters on how fast they smash. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, is it like, oh, you sexy and we smash, now you don't want nothing to do with me no more because it's all fast?
Right.
Or if you keep telling me I'm sexy over a period of, if I Steve Harvey you for 90 days,
Right.
you know, and then you finally smash, you're like, oh, well, I put in a little work, but I'm done.
Because I guess now you're just looking at the sexy part. Like, I want to have sex with her. She has a nice body. She has, you know, boobs and butts. But I don't want to get to know her inner person. I don't want to get to know the beauty side of her. I just want to, you know,
I don't want to get to know the beauty. I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to have sex with her sexy.
Marshall said, I think you could be both. It's just how you carry yourself. Yes, you're right. And sexy is not about your clothing. You could be covered up and still be sexy. But like again, in today's society, sexy is considered about having the most skin shown.
Right. Or the biggest cleavage or the biggest bottom area.
And you have a very few, you know, still us out there, some of us that feel that you don't have to do all that to be sexy or beautiful.
But also,
however you define yourself, you don't have to do all that.
What about those of us out there that feel like you can do that and still be beautiful? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
But like Miss Marshall said, it's how you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can have the short mini skirt on. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have the tube top on and showing your back and stuff. But it's how you carry yourself also.
I agree.
Yeah, so definitely not knocking, you know, for you have your breasts out and, you know, you got your shorts on and all that, because you know,
because you work hard for that body,
right?
Or
but
not.
It's still how you carry yourself when you have that sexy going on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you have all that out and you doing all that and you got the short skirt on, but then you bending over so people could see, actually purposely see your butt cheeks, then you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there with your legs open so they can see. Yeah, you're doing too much. You know, so you can definitely be both, but it's how you
carry yourself.
Yeah, how you carry yourself. And this goes back to just saying, like, again, men, how do you see a sexy woman? How do you see a beautiful woman? How you distinguish, you know, the difference?
The two, and so fast, you know. So, and then the next one we found is talking about beautiful. And it says, the saying goes, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There is no mention of sexiness. A man's attraction to a woman's beauty can be sexy, but if it's not, it's not the defining characteristic of his attraction. So I think I had said this to you earlier. If a man walks up to you and say, "You're so beautiful," like, how do he know that you're beautiful? He's not talking about your inside.
Well, beautiful. I mean, because you can be a beautiful person as well as on the out, and like your appearance. Not to say that beautiful doesn't take away appearance.
But beauty can be sexy too, right?
Right, exactly. So, it's saying that you're beautiful without knowing you, but just seeing your appearance. I believe that can be said. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess what this article is saying what it's saying, I guess, is that
depending on the words you use.
Depending on the words you use is the thought process.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, you know, men, is that the case? Even with us as females, you know, just switching a little bit, when you first see a man and you say he's handsome, he's cute, he's pretty, he's sexy, that all means something when we first say that word. You get what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. It definitely goes both ways. It definitely do. So
I see a sexy man, I say, "Oh, he's sexy." Maybe, I don't know. Am I?
Because when you're thinking more of, to me, again, the appearance.
What I see on the outside.
Right.
Because we haven't even had a conversation for me to know if he's beautiful.
Right. You crazy girl. Okay, this is a good one though too.
Okay, which one?
Marshall said, back to the way you carry yourself, you can be covered up as well. Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for joining us in the lounge today with Jazz and T. Today we're talking about beautiful versus sexy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you define yourself? Do you consider yourself beautiful, sexy? Are you both? Can you be both? And the same thing with for men. Like, how do you define a beautiful woman, a sexy woman? When you first see a beautiful woman, what do you see? You know, can she be sexy as well? You know, so it's all how you think of yourself.
Yep.
You know, and going back to the comment and how you carry yourself, is what also makes you, you know.
Okay, so we got a couple dictionary definitions, guys.
Actually, we're going to take a little break.
Oh, you want to take a break?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then when we come back, we're going to read the dictionary definitions. And give us a couple seconds and we'll be right back. Make sure you like, comment, and share on this video. We need your feedback. We want to know what y'all think about beautiful versus sexy. What is your thoughts? What are your feelings about the topic? Stay tuned, sit tight, and we will be back shortly, all right? Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us back. We're here in the Ladies Lounge on Jetsons Radio DC with Jazz. I was about to point to her. With Jazz and T, and we're talking about sexy versus beautiful. We're wanting to get some of your comments, some of your feedback on what you feel is sexy, what you feel is beautiful. how important you feel that having is one more important than the other. Can you be both? We want your feedback because you know what? I think this topic will help a lot of young women. I want to say in men too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe help them look at, sexy versus beautiful in a different way, or, use different words when they're approaching a woman instead of saying, hey, you so sexy. Maybe they don't want to say that
Mm-hmm.
because maybe the words are used interchangeably in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
but now you understand that there's a little bit of a difference between the two. So we looked up the definition in our Urban Dictionary, which I think is hilarious. It's an Urban Dictionary. But anyway, so the definitions that we have, I'm going to read you all four because it's cute, it's sexy, it's pretty, and it's beautiful. I probably would have thought, so I guess I'm the only one to hear the alarm too.
Mm.
So I guess that there is a difference in them all, and once we figure them out, I guess we can talk about them and we can use our words accordingly. Cute, a girl who is lovely and dreamy and cuddly and shy. Oh, she gotta be cuddly and shy and beautiful and all drools.
Mm.
So it's cute. I guess we would describe babies as cute.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have sexy. Supposed to mean sexually attractive, however, recently has become a word of ambiguous meaning that morons use.
Oh,
I didn't write that, guys. That morons use when they're able to think of a better adjective for something they like. Now, I didn't write that. I promise this was the Urban Dictionary that had said this, but I mean, are they wrong? You can like it, but I guess, sexy is probably like an easier go-to word than trying to be all deep when you first see something.
Right, right.
Okay, so then we have pretty, a girl who has physical appeals that attracts a guy. A girl can be pretty inside in her feelings and beliefs.
Mm.
So is that along the lines of beautiful?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, when it says the insides.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. And it says, now beautiful. Beautiful got a, long little something. So hang on. It says, beauty is a woman who has a distinctive personality. One who can laugh at anything, including themselves, who is especially kind and caring to others. She is a woman who, above all else, knows the value of having fun and not taking life too seriously. She is a woman that you can trust and can count on to brighten your day. She is a woman who can inexplicably make you feel really good inside by just being around her, and yet brings such sadness when she is gone.
See, and then that's, I guess, it sums it up pretty much right there. Beautiful is just all around your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Your attitude. How you carry yourself. How you make somebody feel. Your character, who you are, is what makes you a beautiful person. Pretty much.
You're right. Oh, we have some new viewers. Thank you all for joining us and coming back. We have Valerie Mitchell Hoyle. We have Cassandra Baxley. We have Shanita Jefferson, Sonia, Erica Tiffany, and Jermaine. Thank you guys for joining us here in the Ladies Lounge tonight. We're talking about the definition of beauty versus sexy versus beauty. What's more important, what the difference is between the two. And I just read some definitions from the Urban Dictionary about, the difference between cute, sexy, pretty, and beautiful. I read those because I was wondering, I didn't really realize there was all these simple words that we use so often interchangeably.
Right.
I didn't think there was that much of a difference between them.
Right. And I guess pretty much how somebody use it is how you're you're describing someone. So you say you're cute, you're pretty, I guess they all can mean the same thing, attractiveness, but it is a meaning behind it when you use it. So beautiful versus sexy, going back to earlier, the top, what we was talking about, like men, how do you see a woman when you first see her? What makes her sexy to you? What makes her beautiful? And not that, it should determine how she makes herself feel inside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, it's people reactions and how people react to one another would make somebody not feel beautiful, would make somebody not feel sexy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You may feel beautiful or sexy, and then somebody could just come that day and shatter it. You know what I'm saying? and just, you know,
Because you thought you was cute, but they let you know you wasn't.
right, you know what I'm saying? But regardless of what somebody say, always,
Yeah.
you know, if you when you feeling sexy that day, feel sexy. You know, if you're feeling
Do you,
beautiful,
boo.
you know, be beautiful. You know, that's what makes who you are.
That's what make you beautiful, is regardless of what other people say or how they think you should feel, you still do what you want to do regardless, you know, and I mean within reason,
Right.
because some things ain't for everybody, and just because it make you feel sexy, maybe taking that double look in the mirror will let you know that maybe you should do something a little different.
Right. Right.
So I guess and the reason why it's important to know the difference between the two, because you know people always approach you and they say these words, but I guess because they are just words, now that you can look into them a little deeper and figure out what move you want to make. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If a man walks up to you and say you're sexy, do you want to continue to entertain the conversation? Or do you want to cut him off because you know he's only coming to you for one thing? He only has one goal in mind.
Right. Right. And you know, I guess that's to each his own. How the person takes the word, but according to the, you know,
Definition.
the definition and what we looked into it is said that, you know, when a man thinks of a sexy woman, he's just automatically thinking of sex. But my thing, you know, I guess
I never thought of that like that.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't either. You know, with being a female and, you know, being told that I was sexy, I never thought that was like just to say, you know, even though we know it's a sexual word because you're saying the word sexy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I never really thought about it like that. So men, like, do that mean as when you say a female sexy, is that the first thing you're automatically thinking of when you say a woman is beautiful? Are you looking beyond her physical appearance, or
Right.
are you just saying she's beautiful because
you know that's gonna probably lead to sex later?
Nah, not that.
I mean, but honestly, if sexy is saying that the only time you use it is because you're thinking of sex, you know, nowadays we have the words where men say sexy, but now it's all pretty and doctored up.
No,
so they can be saying you're beautiful because I want you to drop them drawers later.
Yeah, but then you can have guys that really mean that.
Right. So that's what, you know, I'm asking, like, how do you decipher the difference between the two when it's being said, and is there a difference between the two when it's being said?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this Urban Dictionary said sexy is a word that morons use when they're unable to think of a better adjective for something they like. Not necessarily saying they're morons, but they just don't have time to think. Everybody ain't quick on their feet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we use simpler words, or we use, you know, different like cuss words. Not saying that we can't sit and think and be deep, but it's just faster. It's the first thing that pops into our head.
Right.
So is sexy like one of the words that pops into your head because, I mean, you see something beautiful
and you using it instead of saying beautiful, you're saying sexy.
Sexy, yeah. Right. You see something beautiful and she's dressed sexy, and of course that's what grab your eye first. Mm-hmm. But you know, you want to get to know this person and you like her outfit.
Right.
You know, so does that mean that, you know, you're a moron and you only thinking about humping, or does it mean that, you know, it was just a word you chose at that time? You're not trying to be funny by using the word sexy.
Right.
But it just fit, you know? Right. So we're curious to hear your opinions, fellas. Ladies, what do you think? How do you feel when a man tells you you're sexy versus beautiful? Mm-hmm. And even when you hear the word beautiful, do you think that means that he's really believing that you're beautiful, or is he just telling you that so, you know, sexy time can happen later? Mm-hmm. You know, how do you guys feel with the use of those words being so interchangeable?
And what do you look, you know, as yourself? Do you consider yourself a beautiful person? And again, going back to what I was saying earlier, beautiful is just not your appearance. It's not just your physical. It's how you know, how you are as a person, how your attitude is. You know, it's just all around. You know, just who you are as a person. So, yeah.
Yeah, beauty, because beauty, like we said earlier, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But also, beauty is within you. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel that you're beautiful? Do you feel that you have to be sexy visually in order to get people to see your beauty? Or is it the fact that because there is no inner beauty, because there is no self-love, there is no, you know, you haven't been taught these things, that it's easier to get the attraction or attention from the people that you want it from by dressing sexy, or not putting on clothes at all, because that's happening around here in this universe too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what's your definition of beauty, and how do you view yourself? What are some things that you consider beautiful when you're looking at someone that you're attracted to? Or what are some things that you see beautiful when you're looking at yourself in the mirror in the daytime? You know what I'm saying? Or do you see beauty when you look in the mirror? Or do you just see, this is sitting right? And, do you just see sexy? Or do you see beautiful and sexy? Or do you see beautiful? Like, what do you see when you look at yourself? And a lot of times what we see when we look at ourselves is what's reflected in the way that we dress, or, the way that we carry ourselves. So what do you guys see? And I guess that would be a question. Well, no, I was going to say a question for ladies, but no, men too. You know what I'm saying? Do you not see that you're beautiful on the inside? So now you got to have the name brand this, and you got to have the wads of money, and you got to hold it up to your ear. You got to flex for the gram. You know what I'm saying? Do you want people to be attracted to your things because you're not beautiful inside?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you see?
Right.
So, friend, what do you think would be when you see I guess you. Well, I was about to say, I guess you can't answer this question no more, but you can, because you have eyes and you're human.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you see somebody that's
dated before.
You dated before. She dated before one time in her life. Don't even worry about it. It was so long ago, guys. But like, if you see a guy that's walking down the street and he's put together how you like, you know what I'm saying? He maybe got that little extra, you know what I'm saying? A little extra, whatever it is you like, maybe extra pec bump, or you know what I'm saying, dreads a certain way, or head all extra shiny, whatever. And you see him,
like what makes me attractive to a guy.
And would you say he would be beautiful or sexy?
I believe a guy can be beautiful. Like I said, I don't think beautiful is just a term for a female. I think a guy can be beautiful. Again, and I feel that a guy can be beautiful because, to me, beautiful is not just your appearance. Again, like when you brought up the comment, not the comment, when you brought up of how when you see two people together, and then somebody may say, well, I never thought that they would have been together. He's not cute, she's not cute. But it's, she's not pretty, he's not pretty, whatever the case may be. But beautiful is not about your appearance. It is about it. Like, it makes, like, what you look like, but it goes so deeper.
So much deeper.
So, yes, I believe a man can be definitely beautiful.
So when you see him, do you say, oh, look at that beautiful man? Or you say, damn, he's sexy?
I have never used the word to say that a man is beautiful. I wouldn't even say, it probably would be handsome. Like you said, the words how we would use as far as using men. When you say that a man is cute, to me, you're thinking more of, like, he's a cute. Like, he's not a little boy, but you're like, he's cute.
Like
he's
young,
cute.
like
somebody young. And when you say a man is handsome, to me, you're more basing them on a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And when you say sexy, you're looking at it more of their appearance. Like, you're looking at Trey Songz. He's sexy.
Now, you only got two words you can use,
You're looking at, other, who else? Like, I'm trying to think of somebody else who out there, as far that people look at as a sexy symbol. You know what I'm saying? So Trey Songz, like, I'm just as an example. Like, I would never say that. I would say he's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trey Songz, like, he's not handsome to me. He's just cute. But he's sexy cute.
A cute dude.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, when you're using the word handsome, when you're using sexy, cute, I would never say that. Pretty, I never use that for a guy to say that a guy's pretty. You can have pretty characteristics.
You can have pretty teeth.
But you and them teeth, girl.
No, friend, but you only got two words that you can use. You can only use cute, beautiful and sexy when you seeing that man that got that extra whatever you like and you're trying to describe him. Do you say that he's sexy or do you say that he's beautiful?
Oh, no. But that's what I'm saying. You would have to say, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. It would be sexy. It would be sexy.
Now, when you see him, do you think of he's sexy and I want to have sex? Or he's sexy, and I like, he got that whole sexy vibe
No, but
going.
no, that wouldn't be the first thing. Sexy is to me is again your appearance. But
Right.
that's why when we was reading the dictionary, when it
Yes.
said about men looking at females, they first thought is sex.
That's
Like
why
I would never had thought that.
and I think that's the difference between men and women, because we'll say sexy, but not necessarily meaning we want to hump him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he's sexy. He got, it's a little sexy
Right.
swag, but that's as far as it goes.
Right.
I wonder, okay, so men, since you're on here, let me ask y'all something. Do y'all have a sexy pause? Like, you can say she's sexy and you can keep moving? Or is it automatically, once you lock your vision in on whatever you feel is sexy, you go for it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or again, like she can probably not be considered sexy, but beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because beautiful also is part of your appearance
Of your
too.
sexy. Now, I wonder, okay, so when you see those couples and you're like, beauty gotta be in the eye of the beholder. Like, this person gotta have a beautiful soul or something.
Mm-hmm.
When you see those people and, you think that, I wonder if they feel like when they first see them, like, yo, you sexy. Like, is that what draws them to them?
Because my thing is, you have to look beyond the appearance.
Mhm.
It looks is not about everything. Trust me, like it's not. No, I'm saying looks is not about everything. We want to look nice, we want to look sexy, we want to look pretty, we want to look beautiful. We fix ourselves up every morning when we walk out the door. Yeah, we know we want to have an appearance. We know that. But when it comes to wanting to know somebody,
Or being with somebody.
they real stuff. Yeah, the real person, you don't just look at what they look like. To me, you don't. Like, you don't just say, it gotta be something about that person that
behind the looks.
Yeah, it definitely do. Them looks don't mean
And
excuse my language. Excuse my language. They don't mean nothing. You want an attractive man, you want an attractive, female. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you could be the physical, the prettiest, the sexiest person, but the ugliest person in the inside.
Yes. And beauty fades too. I mean, you can pay for however much plastic surgery, but sometimes gravity, you cannot defy it. You can pay for what you want to pay to enhance, but when gravity start pulling and, the elements and all that, and the skin start crinkling, wrinkling, creasing, sometimes, there's nothing you can do about that, but you definitely want to be with a person that sees your inner beauty versus that just see your outer sexy, because that fades. What if something happens to your sexy?
Mm-hmm.
You get in a car accident, or you have like thyroid problems and you gain a whole bunch of weight, or you lose a whole bunch of weight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want somebody that's going to be there or be with you outside of what you see physically. Because like I said, it all fades, and then what? What is your conversation now that you're not beautiful?
And then now that's
sexy.
Now see, then now that goes when you have two people who distinguish the difference with sexy. Sexy can also be your sexy is not about, again, the biggest breast, the biggest butt, your clothes. You can be covered up and still be sexy. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You can you know what I'm saying? So like Jazz was saying, if you out there searching for that sexiness, or you're doing this and doing this to look sexy, because you're thinking that is about the big boobs and the big breasts and the enhancement and the bun and dress. If you think that's just sexy, then you are
But see, the thing,
you're gonna keep doing.
You're gonna keep looking
doing
for
more.
it.
You're gonna keep doing more because you don't need to do all that to be sexy.
But also too, it's like, I guess it just depends on what your definition of sexy is for yourself.
For yourself.
You know what I'm saying? So any enhancements or any reductions or whatever I decide to do is gonna be for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be because, oh well, look, I noticed that all these chicks over here with these big old wagons and these little baby shorts is getting all the attention, so let me go buy new butt cheeks.
Right. And it ain't nothing to do. You don't need to do all that to enhance. Do squats.
Just buy smaller shorts.
Do squats. I'm trying to lift in a little bit. You find different things you can do.
Them back kicks.
So it's not to say you don't want to enhance your body or do different things, but it's not always about getting going to the doctor to get that done.
And if you're lazy and you decide to do that, or no matter how many squats and lunges you do, you ain't lifting them little pancakes. They ain't getting no higher. And you do want to do that. That is okay. But at some point, you have to be cool with who you are, with what you have.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was Kelly Rowland. And she was talking about her breast implants, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was saying that, and some of the things she was saying was so basic. She was like, it makes my shirts look better. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was trying to be sexy, or she was just tired of having a flat chest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when she got ready and, whatever she did, she got breast enhancements. Now, they're not the biggest, they're not the triple F joints. They're probably not even a C, but they're for her. You know, so she did that for
and that's what I was about to say. And do that for yourself. Don't do it because, somebody else said that you're not beautiful. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody said to you, you're not sexy,
You need a bigger this or a little more this and you'll be sexy.
Do it for yourself. That gives you that confidence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That makes you feel like, you're doing it for you and not because somebody else said you're not beautiful, you're not attractive, you're not sexy.
So, friend, if you had one thing that you could enhance, decrease, that you would personally do, what would that be? Enhance or decrease. And when I say enhance, it don't mean that it got to be stupid, dumb, big, but just a little bit more than what you have.
Nothing. Like, honestly, nothing. My breast size, my butt, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Do I do different things as far as, like I said, squats? Yeah, I've been doing them squats, but to ever thought about enhancing anything on my body, I've never.
I definitely thought about it. And I think the reason why I thought about it was, I promise it was more for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can get one of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But, and it's always a fun thought, but in all actuality, it's like, that shit gonna sag too.
Right.
So I'm gonna have it redone again. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I also realized that I think I probably would have had a forehead reduction if that was a real thing. But then I don't even know how I would look with a smaller forehead. See, that's what I do. Like, I think about what I want done, and then I imagine myself with it done.
Right.
And so, would that mean just, I don't know, like, where would my hairline be?
Jazz, you is crazy. We want to thank everybody. And see, this is the type of stuff that we do, and we talk about when it's just us. So now you see us live, how we be acting, but this is what we're about. It's about having fun, having topics, fun topics, serious topics to discuss, and just interact with, you people in the world, and just have, your thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, so you can join us in the ladies' lounge.
Everyday life,
be regular,
everyday life situations,
and stuff that people are talking about, and things that people aren't talking about, because some of the topics aren't always going to be comfortable.
Right.
And also to everybody that does get the enhancements, whether it be lip injections, whether it be constant breast augmentations, or booty lifters, fixers, and fillers. What is it? The thing where you erase your cellulite.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, just make sure you're doing it for your happiness, or make sure you're doing it for your health, because at the end of the day, nobody's guaranteed to you. And as you can tell, the world changes so fast, and what people are visually attracted to changes so fast that there's no sense of even trying to keep up with it. So just be happy with who you are and what you have. And it's okay to lose weight, gain weight, enhance, take away, whatever you want to do, but just make sure you're doing it so you can be happy, so your inner beauty can stay intact. You know what I'm saying? So you can wake up and look at whoever it is in the mirror that you want to see and be happy with that person, because nobody's promised to stay with you or to even be attracted to you because you made that change.
Right.
Just love you. At the end of the day, love you and be proud of who you are and what you are. I'm done.
Well said. Well, we want to thank you for joining us in JT Ladies Lounge tonight.
Thank you, everybody who joined in, who had comments. Marshall, Elaine, Quay, Randy, everyone else that joined in. Tiffany, everybody that stopped by. Make sure y'all join us on Wednesday. We got some more good stuff for you. What you got, T?
That's about it.
That's it? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You guys have a good night, and thank you again for joining us in the Ladies Lounge. Night.